Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another installment of Dissecting the Macabre. Is installment the right way to say that? Do I want to say that? Installment? Episode? I don't know. Today we're going to be talking about Suspiria. Really quick, before we get into Suspiria, I want to say a huge thank you to my patrons. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. It really means a lot to me. I love you guys so much. You can find out more about my Patreon at patreon.com/nightmaremaven. There will be a link in the description box and a clickable thing at the end of the video if you want to check out my page and see what kind of perks you could get if you become a patron as well. All right, also another bit of housekeeping. I'm gonna be doing a Q&A for my next Weird Wednesday video, not tomorrow's video, but the following Wednesday. So if you have a question about anything, about horror movies, about other genres of movies, books, TV, life, food, whatever, feel free to leave it in either the comment section of this video. I'll also be announcing this in all of my videos this week, so you can comment your question on any of those videos this week, and I'll be posting stuff on social media, so feel free to leave your question there, and it is guaranteed that I will answer your question, so don't worry. All right, so I'm sure most of you guys already know what Suspiria is about, but in case you don't, it's about Susie, who is a newcomer to a prestigious ballet school in Germany. It's in Germany, right? I never pay attention to that part. I've seen this movie a couple times, but whatever. But she realizes the school is a front for something much more sinister, and a string of mysterious and grisly murders follow. All right, so I figured we'd talk about Suspiria today because I don't think it's like today is the anniversary, but this year is the anniversary for Suspiria. It came out in 1977, which makes Suspiria 40 years old this year. So figured why not talk about it. I think it came out sometime around this time of year. I don't know the specific day. It'll probably pop up somewhere around my face. This tends to be put into the Giallo. This tends to be put into the Giallo. Why am I not saying that right? Giallo, that's what it is. This tends to be put into the Giallo category. I feel like I just haven't said that word in a while, so it sounds funny coming out of my mouth. Whatever. Tends to be put into that category a lot, although it does have some characteristics of Giallo Italian horror films. It's not like 100%, do you know what I mean? I don't know. But it's a super stylized movie. It takes a lot from German Expressionism as well. Originally, Argento wanted this to be centered around children, and he wanted it to be, you know, very much like a children's fairy tale type of movie. It is based on a fairy tale, but it didn't end up working out that way. So instead, he kind of made the set just to make the cast look more childlike. So you'll notice that, like in German Expressionism, the set is very stylized and not normal. So you'll look and see like the window, there's like these just like huge windows, a giant staircase, and the doors are all enormously tall, and the doorknobs are well above where normal doorknob height is, just to make the cast seem more childlike, or give you that kind of feeling like they're kind of small, like a child. So everything to make them look smaller, but it ends up looking like super stylized, kind of like German Expressionism style of sets. The color, of course, in this movie is a big one. This was filmed with Technicolor, which at this time was pretty outdated already, but there's a lot of emphasis on the three primary colors. Most prominent is the red color, which is throughout the entire movie. All of that kind of creates this otherworldly look to the film that has become iconic, honestly. And the score has as well. It was done by a Italian progressive rock band called Goblin, and if you haven't heard the score, like if for some reason you haven't seen Suspiria, then you probably haven't heard the score. Even if the movie doesn't sound interesting, just go listen to the soundtrack because it's amazing. Anyway, so like I said, Suspiria was based on a fairy tale, so everything in the movie kind of contributes to this like nightmarish fairy tale quality, from like the stylized sets to the coloring. It's almost like, I always feel like it's kind of like, I feel like calling something a coming of age story is like so cliche now. You could probably say that about a lot of films, but it seems like this very like sick and twisted coming of age story. I don't know, I think it's maybe just because everything is kind of made to seem like these actors are like very childlike. I just feel like Susie just seems very kind of innocent, like in the way she dresses and the way she talks and things like that. She seems very childlike, so it seems kind of like a coming of age story where she needs to overcome the coven of witches that the school is a front for. But it seems like this sick and twisted coming of age story. Or kind of like Hansel and Gretel, like too. I always get that feeling watching the movie, and I think it's just because it's like based on a fairy tale, so it seems like the look of it just looks like it's like a storybook. Like you could turn that into like a storybook. It'd be a really crazy children's storybook, but you know, it'd still be pretty cool. Somebody should do that. So when the film originally came out, it had mostly positive reviews. The score was another big portion of what people liked about the movie. It's I mean, even today it's still like a big part of the movie. It's an iconic score. Like I said, so is the set and the color palette of this movie are just so beautifully stylized that's become iconic. Also noted for its super shocking and grotesque death, and that, like I said, it's just become one of the greatest horror films. That's on every must-see horror list. So if you've seen Suspiria, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. Let me know about the first time you saw it. What was your impression? If you want to read my little discussion question analysis on Suspiria, that's at nightmaremaven.com. It'll be linked in the description. I analyzed kind of like the color palette of the movie a little bit more. Less the red and blue and yellow, more like the other colors of the movie. So you can find that at nightmaremaven.com right now. Right, yeah, that's it. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a creepy peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye.